I looked at the girl, shocked. My breath had been stolen from me. I could see right through her. Her dress was faintly noticeable. She wore a dress that made her look like a young princess from a fairy tale without a fancy, shiny, and expensive circlet. "Why are you here?" I asked, pitying this tortured soul that stood before me, blocking the exit.
"Please, you must help me. Help us,"
the spirit of the little girl demanded. If she had eyes, I'm sure they'd be gazing at me, pleading for me to save her. "What do you want me to do?" I asked sympathetically.
"Please, you must destroy our prisons. They make us violent. Please, I don't want to hurt anybody anymore,"
the girl begged, with a single ghostly tear running down her cold cheek. "What are you talking about? What prisons?" I asked, tightening my grip around the laptop.
"Those things up there, they make us hurt people. More accurately, they make us hurt the security guards that are replaced every week or so."
"Why? Why did they make you do that?" I asked, kneeling down to the girl's height so she would feel more comfortable.
"They're like prisons. They lock us up and take our hatred towards the security guard who killed us and use it to hurt other people who take the job as the security guard."
"Who does this?" I asked.
I don't know. It's as if it's unfinished business, and we've been placed in these mechanical bodies to settle whatever is keeping us here. But something's wrong with the others. I can't talk to them. They seem to be blinded by rage and unable to hear my voice,"
the girl explained, being overwhelmed with fear. "So who are you?" I asked, feeling sympathy for the little girl.
"My name is Lara. I'm the one who resides within the machine called Foxy. I tried to help you, but you ran away. I'm sorry if I scared you."
Lara apologized with an innocent tone in her voice. "So how have you been able to escape your prison?" I asked, concerned.
I don't know. He hung me up in the wall and took my eyes. After that, I remember waking up. I felt taller, colder, and weird,"
Lara explained, getting upset or briefly revisiting her past. "He? You mean the one who killed you? Was that the old security guard?" I asked, trying to find out who really did this. Lara nods. "You asked me if I could help you. What is it that you want me to do exactly?" I asked.
"I need you to set us free. Burn the robots so that our spirits can rest in peace,"
Lara instructed. "Burn them? How?"
"Well, you could try and burn them when they're not active. In the morning,"
Lara suggested. "They're kept in backstage. I could try, but I can't get caught doing it." I and Laura heard a bang coming from upstairs, and we both looked up. Despite Lara having no eyes, it seemed as though she could see perfectly.
"I need to go now. They can feel me when I'm not in my suit. It will give away your position. Hurry, back upstairs and get out of here. Go!"
Lara insisted. And just like that, Lara was gone, as if she was just a part of my imagination. I had been so close to shutting down Freddy's pizzeria for good. Now this happens. I can't turn the laptop over to the police. Not yet. I feel like I owe it to this little girl to do this for her. It was 3 a.m. now. I didn't want to leave, but I did what Lara said. I quickly ran through the halls to the main entrance and exited the building, not once catching sight of the mechanical beasts that roamed the halls. I got in my car. As I reversed, I saw Freddy staring out of the main door, looking right at me with his eyes following me until I was far enough away. I couldn't believe what was happening. This has become so bizarre. I battle myself over what I should do next. If I was to hand over the laptop to the police, then Freddy's Pizzeria would be out of business and be shut down for good and never to see the light of day. But those children that are trapped in those robots will forever remain in a constant anger and rage. I can't bring myself to do that to them. But if I stay, I might die. And it won't be a painless death. They'll shove me inside that suit with my name on it, and I'll be crushed inside. I shudder at the thought and look at the laptop that sat beside me, thinking about all the things that I had saw in it. It brought tears to my eyes. I saw dozens of children. They were all killed at Freddy's Pizzeria by the old security guard, and no one ever noticed. There was never any need for any of the employees to go down to the basement, and it was restricted from any customers to go inside. It gave me the strangest feeling that the manager knew all about this and was helping the security guard. But why? Day 2. After a hard night's sleep, I got out of bed and rubbed my eyes, and for a second, I swear, I thought I saw Freddy Fazbear's face right in front of me. But it was only for a second. I shrugged it off, but was still a little disturbed by it. Nothing seemed interesting in the morning. I had nothing to do except wait and read a newspaper and went jogging to kill some time. The time passed by quicker as I dreaded the start of work, as I knew what I was in for this time. I thought about how I would go about trying to burn these machines. I can't just walk up to them and burn them. They'll kill me before I can do that. I just didn't know how I was going to be able to do this. Finally, it was time to go back to that nightmare, and this time, I wouldn't be caught off guard. It was 11:50 p.m. when I arrived at work, when I saw that woman again. She looked ill and frightened. I got out of my car and watched her make her way towards her own car. But as she walked past me, I heard her foot clip the path and she fell. I snatched her shoulder before she could make contact with the ground. Her body collapsed and showed no sign of consciousness. Had she fainted? I laid her on the ground and shook her, saying, "Hey, wake up! Come on." She did not reply. I checked to see if her heart was fine, and thankfully, it was. I took her inside and placed her on my chair and sat on the table, remembering the hole that slumbered beneath me. Then the dreaded alarm rang. 12 a.m. And the woman had still not came to. I observed the cameras closely, still thinking of a way to free those children. I couldn't think of a way. I thought about a flamethrower, but how the hell was I going to get something like that? At around 2:30, the woman woke up and looked at me with dread. Hey, it's okay," I said calmly. "Who are you? What do you want?" she asked, panting, her eyes moving across the room rapidly. "My name is Jacob Arabane. I'm the new security guard. You passed out when you just walked by me. Are you feeling okay?" I asked, switching towards the cameras and noticing that Chica was gone. "I shouldn't be here. There are things here that shouldn't exist. Why am I even telling you this? You wouldn't believe me," the woman frantically explained, searching her body for anything that was missing, and then tugged at her bag before getting up. "Hey, wait. You can't go out there," I said. "I need to. You don't understand. We'll die if we stay here," the woman reminded me of the risk I was taking. "I know that, but it's too late. They're already active. See?" I showed the woman the monitor that had its sights on Chica, who was now in the restroom. "Oh God," the woman gasped, then backed away and slumped into my chair. "We're dead. We're going to die. They'll come here and kill us," the woman prophesied, starting to weep. She lowers her head onto her hands and grasps her hair firmly. "We're not going to die. Listen, one of them is helping me. Her name is Lara. She's trying to help me set these spirits free, I explained, smiling to reassure the woman that everything would be okay. The woman then glanced to my right and screamed. I turned around and the lights were flickering, showing Bonnie at the door. I sprinted for the switch, but I was grabbed by the throat once more. My throat was being crushed, but I managed to hit the switch as I was lifted off the ground. The door closed on Bonnie's arm, crushing it until it was separated from its body. I didn't gasp this time. Instead, I just touched my throat, and it jolted as if it had remembered the feeling of life being violently strangled out of it. "Jacob!" the woman screamed, and then pointed to the other door. Out of fear, I pressed the other button and hit the light switch, and saw Foxy. "Lara?" I asked. The mechanical fox nodded and said,
Yes.
with that sweet, innocent voice. I looked at the switch to open the door and raised my hand to it. I hesitated at first and looked back at Foxy, looking at those eyes of hers and jagged teeth. My nerves spiked and I hit the button. The door opened and Foxy's footsteps were heard in the darkness. I jumped a little when her metallic face crept into the room. Its eyes looked right at me, and Foxy slowly walked in. "All right, so we need a plan on how to get these spirits free by setting them on fire," I said, trying to ignore those eyes. Even though I knew that under all of that metal lay a small child whose mind was innocent, I still saw a monster. I hated myself for thinking such a way, but if I said I saw a girl in need of help and nothing else, I would be lying. The woman still had her eyes fixed on Foxy, ready to flee down the hall at any sudden movement. "Lara, do you know where we can find something to burn them?" I asked.
Well, there is one way we can do it.
Lara hinted. "What?" I asked, eager to hear Lara's idea.
We could set the building to blow up. It would destroy all of them and set us free.
Lara explained. "Blow the whole building down? But how?" I asked, confused as to how we would do this.
The kitchen. It's got gas, so all we have to do is turn the gas on and throw something like a Molotov inside and boom! Easy peasy.
Said Lara. "Yeah, but who's gonna throw it? You've only got one hand and I don't want to die. And I don't think she is too eager to end her life," I explained, pointing to the woman. Then there was a sound of a button clicking, and the door opened. Bonnie's arm had come alive and pressed the button. Bonnie stormed in and headed straight for me, but Lara shoved me away and pounced on Bonnie, growling like an animal. "Go!" Lara yelled, struggling to keep Bonnie pinned. I opened the door behind me and went into the hall. I turned around and Lara pushed the button, letting the door close. "No!" I yelled, and rushed towards the window. I saw Lara and Bonnie fight. They were wrecking everything inside. I couldn't do nothing from my end, but I knew that we needed to get moving.